Today, I want to explain you why you want to do this, guys. I'm going to kind of like break it down for you, how many gems you can actually save. What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. Let me know in the comments down below, how is your Sunday going? Have you guys managed to pull any of these crazy 10x champions? I tried, I failed. Maybe you guys got a bit luckier than I did now. The clan boss was not very generous with me this weekend. I've only got one sacred and that was an epic disappointment. I haven't managed to get anything interesting out of it, but maybe you guys did. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about efficiency. I want to show you guys one method that is honestly the only method in the game that is practical and can be called efficient. If you're soloing dungeons to level up food at the same time, it's not very practical, because if you don't have the right OP champions to solo dragon in 50 seconds like Theodore does, you're not really gonna get much out of it. Like, your runs are gonna be around 2 minutes. Kazar can do it as well in the very end game with very crazy gear. Can solo some of the dungeons and kind of like give XP to your chickens. But again, if you are looking to get gear and stuff like this, probably you're more worried about the time, you know? So today I want to talk about soloing the Minotaur. Now, this is the easiest dungeon in the entire game. You have so many options when we're talking about what champions can actually solo the Minotaur. And probably some of you guys might remember, if you were playing the game or no, I've done a very similar video over 1 year ago where I actually explained you, I showed you tons of different champions that can potentially do it. Now, even us as whales back in the day, we were very efficient with our resources because everything is so damn expensive in this game, okay? You want to be efficient regardless. If you're a whale, if you're not a whale, I know a lot of people, they just buy the Masteries. A lot of people, they just use full team to farm them instead and just take in one champion at a time. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but you're not being efficient. So I want to focus on that in today's video. How I mentioned, the Minotaur is the easiest dungeon in the game. It's intended for this dungeon to be your first stop, right? You made your 6-star, you made another 6-star. You're coming here, you're making your core team, then you're moving over to the other dungeons. That's why it's Void Affinity as well on stage 15, so you don't really have to struggle with champions and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we're never gonna get a higher stage, at least not in the near future. They don't have any sort of plans like this. Now, today I want to explain you why you want to do this, guys. I'm gonna kind of like break it down for you, how many gems you can actually save and stuff. And on top of it, I'm gonna talk about Shieldguard, an uncommon champion that can easily solo Minotaur 15. Now, if you are a new player, if you started playing in the last few weeks, probably you're not gonna be able to do it just yet, and that's because you have lack of gear, you don't have solid champions, your Grey Hall is completely dead, which is not necessarily the problem. I'm gonna talk about that once I'm gonna get at my total stats. You're just not gonna have the gear yet, okay? So in order for you to be able to become efficient, you need to play the game for a while, get some decent gear from dungeons, farm the spider, farm the dragon. That's mainly the two things that you gotta do. Build your champions and then come back and revisit this. I feel like if you've been playing the game properly for the last 3 months after you started, you should be able to come in here with a champion and that's gonna do the job. Now, how I mentioned, there are tons and tons of champions that are able to solo or do the Mino, depending on what exactly you're planning to do. Today, I'm gonna show you Shieldguard. I'm quickly gonna show you the champion, then at the end, I'm gonna show you the total stats and we're gonna talk about that a bit more. Basically, this is Shieldguard, okay? Uncommon champion. Now, why exactly can this champion do it better than my starter champion? Why can't he do it better than Galek or Kale? Because Kale is the OP champion. Well, mainly because he is a defense-based champion. His damage is based on defense, he's gonna be tankier, he's gonna survive longer, and he has a very, very unique skill, okay? So, don't get me wrong, I love the starter champions, but Shieldguard is a bit more special than the starters. Basically, his A2 battle stance attacks all enemies, heals this champion's turn meter by 20% on each critical hit. Damage inflicted is proportional to defense on a 2-turn cooldown. So that means that I'm gonna start with this skill, hit 5 enemies, get 100% turn meter back, and go again. That's why Shieldguard is so damn good. And this is on a 2-turn cooldown. The A1 is a single target decreased speed. The passive removes a random debuff from this champion each turn. This is one of those amazing uncommon champions, okay? There are not many in the game. Armiger, him, and a couple others that are very solid. They're standing out. But he's definitely in top 3 best uncommons in the entire game. Now, why have him built on lifesteal? I feel like lifesteal is definitely a necessity for your champion, especially if you are early on, you know? I'm gonna show you the method that I'm using, and then I'm gonna bring in kind of like a spreadsheet. It's not really a spreadsheet because I'm not really creating those sort of things, but I've actually put something together, and I'm gonna show you kind of like a lot of information there and explain you why it's so beneficial for you to actually solo the Minotaur. Let me show you how I'm exactly doing this myself. So this is the way that I'm doing it, guys. Basically, I'm bringing in 2 champions to carry the rest of the team. Now, the whole idea is not what champions I'm using, is what I'm doing, okay? So I'm using 2 champions because it's a bit faster. If I really gotta throw in a video there or something like this, I'm just gonna let this play for like 20 minutes, get my 1 champion done. Usually I'm doing multiple champions at the same time because they're gonna come out of here directly at level 60, full scrolls, so I don't really have to do much after, you see? Bang, 15 seconds, pretty straightforward. That's my method. Now, many champions can solo it or duo it. It really depends what's more efficient for you. So let's bring in Shieldguard, okay? Three champions that need masteries. They need to level up as well. Basically, this is the way to do it. And if I'm gonna bring out the spreadsheet once this run is done, I'm kind of like gonna explain you how much XP you're getting per run, how many gems you're gonna save. It's so much better to do it because you're not wasting anything, guys, you know? You're getting the silver. If you go and you pay 800 gems, you buy the masteries, you're missing the silver, they're not leveled up, and then you're gonna need to put another 400 gems to get them leveled up, approximately. Let's just say it like that. Maybe not 400, but let's just say 150 gems to level them up solo in campaign, or just using brews. And then you don't have all that silver, you know, depending on what exactly you're doing. It's pretty important, you know. You can argue that, okay, I'm farming campaign, I'm farming mino, I'm still getting silver, so that is an idea, but why not kind of like shoot 2 birds with 1 stone, basically. So Shieldguard is doing it without a problem with the stats that I have on him, okay? The whole idea is that masteries are important, and if you have a bit of more speed on him as well, he's gonna do it even faster, because he's gonna rotate more often, so that's pretty solid, having more speed on him. I chose to give him kind of like bare minimum, just so you guys have an idea of what to expect. I'm pretty sure I can do it with even lower stats than this. I haven't tried to remove the ring or the crit damage amulet. I wouldn't want to remove the crit damage amulet. I feel like I want him to deal a bit of damage to kill the waves faster, because that's kind of like the main issue, you know. The waves are important. You want to wipe the waves as soon as possible. The boss barely deals any damage, and we've got this done in 1 minute and 26 seconds with Shieldguard, okay? The other champions, they died. The faster they die on the wave, if they die on the waves, is better, because once you get solo at the boss, less animations, less time spent in this dungeon. But 1 minute 26 with a Shieldguard uncommon champion with very average stats doing this, I feel like very good for everybody. Now, let me explain you a bit why you want to do this. So I'm quickly gonna start from the top. Basically, if you're farming Minotaur with 1 farmer being Shieldguard and 1 champion, you're getting almost 12,000 XP per battle. With 2 champions and the farmer, you're getting almost 8,000 XP per battle. With 3 champions and the farmer, you're getting almost 6,000. And full team, 1 farmer plus 4 champions getting carried for masteries, you're getting 4,700 XP per battle. Now, if you want to take a champion to level 60 to 6 star, it's gonna cost you quite a bit, and I'm gonna tell you now how much XP you're gonna need. Let me see, a 6-star champion, bang. You're gonna need over 2 million XP to get him from level 1 to level 60. That's the equivalent of 108 brews. That's a lot of XP. So if you wanna do it in the Minotaur, I'm gonna kind of like explain you how many runs you need as well. Then, in campaign, to do a 12-6 on Brutal, it gives you 10,000 XP. 3 champions plus the campaign farmer. You can only take 4 in campaign. So you're getting 10,000 XP per 8 energy. And nothing else, just some silver, right? Now, the whole idea behind it is that you're gonna need to have an XP booster on. And that 10,000 XP, because I just calculated today, it comes in with the 30% from the Forge Pass as well, which is not here all the time, okay? So you need to have the XP booster. 8 energy, okay? That's how much it's gonna cost you. Now, to max 3 champions in campaign from level 1 to 60, it's kind of like around 200 battles, okay? So that's around 1,600 energy, 12.3 refills approximately, and around 492 gems to max the 3 champions in campaign that you could max in the Minotaur while you're farming the Masteries. Then, to max 1 6-star champion from level 1 to 60 in the Minotaur at the rate 1 farmer plus 3 champions equal with the campaign is kind of like around 339 battles. Now, to max the Masteries on a champion is approximately 2,100 energy, okay? That's around 150 runs. Now, if you put 3 champions in, okay, you put 3 champions in, that's 450 battles approximately, so easily you're gonna get them to 60 by the time you're done with the Masteries. And depending on how many minutes it takes you, you know, per run or seconds, you can actually make it pretty fast. The whole idea with this is not, I know if you're a mobile player, it's much harder to want to do this, you know, and I don't blame you. But basically, you don't have to do it in the time when you're actually planning to play the game, like to do arena, to do your dailies. No, this is something that you leave your phone on charge, or you leave your phone on the side, you do some other things around the house, and you're farming Mino while you're doing that, and you're being efficient. So by doing this with 3 champions, you're saving around 490 gems, or around 300 plus brews every single time you're doing this, guys. That's why it's so damn important. Like, you have so many 6 stars, and if you don't have many 6 stars just yet, because you started the game recently, you're gonna end up in having so many 6 stars. And if you just cross a line and you try to calculate, well, how many gems I was able to save if I wasn't just buying the gems, or if I the Masteries, or if I was not wasting them in campaign to buy energy. So many gems, guys, honestly. And you can save those gems and go and get better gear. That's the whole idea behind it. Go and get better gear. That will allow you to beat bigger content, man, and will make you feel better because your champions will look sexier. As simple as that. Now let me go back to my sexy Shieldguard right here to show you the stats on him. Basically, because I talked about the Great Hall at the beginning. Don't focus on my Great Hall being maxed. Don't focus on me being in Gold 5 or Platinum Arena, or heck knows what I am. Focus on total stats, man, because that's what you need to get on your champion. So right now, I have 28,000 HP, 3,000 defense, 164 speed, 98 crit rate, 214 crit damage, okay? And I'm soloing Mino 15 with Shieldguard. You need to have the lifesteal gear, that's very important. How I mentioned, if you just started playing the game, you might have to be a bit patient and wait a little bit before you're gonna be able to solo it and get the most out of it and be efficient. In terms of Masteries, I have offense and support 3. It's pretty important to get the Masteries on, especially because you're gonna gain more speed from here, and having Cycle of Magic, Cycle of Violence, this will rotate your rate to a bit even more often, and you're gonna be able to farm it faster. Now, the stronger the champion, the faster you're gonna farm the actual dungeon. I have Helm Smasher just because I wanna kill the waves faster. I feel like that's the biggest delay that you can have there. And War Master will benefit you more on the boss. Now, none of them are wrong or good, honestly. You could probably do it with each one of the Masteries. Doesn't really matter that much. I feel like Helm Smasher is gonna give me overall a better damage for the waves, and that's kind of like what I want to prioritize myself, you know. But this is my Shieldguard, guys. The whole reasoning why you want to solo or do a Mino, I've been doing it for years now. I showed you this before years ago. I just wanted to kind of like bring it back, explain it to the rest of the people that are newish to the game, that never really had a chance to learn about it. But that was all for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this method? How many of you guys are already doing it? What champions you're using? How I mentioned, the possibilities for champions are limitless, okay? You can literally use whoever you want. You can use Magnar, you can use Stag Knight, you can use Physics, you can use Doug the Pierce. Tons and tons of different champions can do it. But how I mentioned, that was all for this video. Much love. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like, subscribe for more content, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.